So my name is Karen Collins. I am from Elizabeth Métis settlement. I grew up there until I was in grade 8, and then we moved to Bonnyville, and I completed the rest of my schooling there and graduated from the Bonnyville Centralized High School. Once I moved away from the community, it became even more important to know who I was so that I could share as I moved around everywhere else, to be able to say, this is who I am, and this is where I come from, and this is my genealogy, and this is how it happened, and here it is. I'm really sad, actually, when I think about our languages that, and I truly understand how some of it has happened, when you look back in the history of residential schools. And so the loss of those languages, and indeed even in our history as Métis people, the resistances that our people had, and then after that how people had to go into hiding. They hid their identity, they hid their language, they hid their culture, they hid everything. So there were numerous things in history that have maybe a generation of people that there was no language connection, right? So I think if we work really, really hard, we may have an opportunity to revive it in the next couple of generations if we focus and if we really concentrate on it. If we as parents and grandparents don't remind the next generations, it's certainly going to be lost. Even with respect to the actual words to identify grandparents, to identify siblings, those words are important. I teach my kids that this is how we raised on generations like this.
Yeah.
And all these people in this generation are your aunties and uncles. Mm-hmm. All these people in this generation are your kokums and mushums. And these are all your cousins. At the end of the day, I think that if we don't carry that on and we don't teach it, it's going to be lost, and it will be our fault.